Well, it's not like they do Hanukkah specials. Welcome to Binge Watchers, where we talk about the stories and characters we love and the shows they live in. My name is Ron, and let's talk about 5 awesome Doctor Who Christmas specials. In preparation for the upcoming Doctor Who Christmas special, The Husbands of River Song, I thought we could take a look back at some of the best Christmas specials we enjoyed so far. So here are the 5 best Christmas specials, in my opinion of course, and this is your official Binge Watchers spoiler alert in case you haven't watched these. Number 5, The Next Doctor. If you went into this one without reading too much Doctor Who news, you probably thought it's going to be a regeneration episode and emotionally prepared yourself to say goodbye to almost everyone's favorite Doctor, Kilgrave. Now, Doctor Who has a history of multi-doctored episodes, especially on anniversaries. The first time it ever happened was on the 10th anniversary with The Three Doctors, which is, by the way, available on Netflix and is so much fun. I personally like The Five Doctors better though, but that one isn't on Netflix. Anyway, going into The Next Doctor, I figured it's either a multi-doctor story or a full regeneration. Because I knew that season 4 was Tennant's last season. Well, spoiler alert, it's neither. David Morrissey just thinks he's the Doctor, and, well, who can blame him? Who wouldn't want to be the Doctor? Anyway, even though it wasn't what I expected, it turned out to be a fun ride with some great moments between the Doctor and the would-be Doctor, an action-adventure detective story with a Christmassy, warm and fuzzy ending. Quintessential Doctor Who. Number 4, The Time of the Doctor. Okay, so The Time of the Doctor wasn't really an amazing Doctor Who episode. It was sort of a convoluted mess, but it tackled so many things. The crack in time, Gallifrey in the Pocket Universe, the 12 regeneration limit. There were a lot of loose ends to tie up here. The rule that says that after 12 regenerations, a Time Lord suffers permanent death was introduced in 1976 in a serial called The Deadly Assassin. And that's it. The moment they said it, it's canon, and now Stephen Moffat has to deal with it. Obviously, I wanted them to find a way to break the rules because I wanted more seasons, but I also didn't want it to suck. The excuse had to be good. But at the end of the episode, when the Daleks tell the Doctor, "The rules of regenerations are known! You have expended all of your lives!" the Doctor's reply was basically Stephen Moffat screaming at the fandom. "Tell me the truth if you think you know it, lay down the law if you're feeling brave, but never, ever tell me the rules." The workaround with the Time Lords granting the Doctor another cycle of regenerations was fine. I don't really see how else they could have done it, but that speech and the 11th Doctor's touching send-off earned it a spot on this list, which is probably all they ever wished for. Number 3, Last Christmas. I wanted to get some Doctor diversity on this list, but I really did love this special. At first, when I saw the trailers for it, and even as I started watching, I thought, wait, seriously? Santa? Like actually Santa? This is too much even for Doctor Who. But it wasn't. The reasoning for it being Santa, because that's who you would expect to see on Christmas, was actually pretty brilliant. And Nick Frost absolutely kills it as Santa. Maybe because Christmas isn't really something that's a part of my life, it's not really fused to my love of Doctor Who. I'm not really looking for Christmassy episodes. If I was, A Christmas Carol would be at the top of this list. It's not, even though it's the Christmassiest of all Christmas specials. But Last Christmas does manage to be a great Doctor Who story, an awesome showcase of Capaldi as the 12th Doctor, plus I like Clara better with him than I did with 11, and also has a slightly melancholic but moving Christmas vibe to it. Number 2, The Christmas Invasion. The first Christmas special and the introduction to David Tennant as the 10th Doctor. The regeneration doesn't go well and the Doctor falls into a coma right when a full-scale alien attack by the Sycorax is unleashed on Earth. I love this episode because of what it had to do. It had to introduce the idea of a regeneration to a lot of people who are not used to it. They had to be eased into a new Doctor. That split-second change between 11 and 12 would not work back then. So the Doctor is in a coma for most of the episode, but it's still great, and also I just love Rose. It was the start of what I think was the best run of Doctor Who, and the scene of the Doctor just stepping out of the TARDIS in his PJs was perfect. Perfect introduction to an incredible Doctor. Number 1, The End of Time. Okay, so I'm sort of cheating here since The End of Time Part 1 was the Christmas special, and Part 2, which is the one I want to talk about, was more of a New Year's special, but it still counts and I wanted to talk about it, so there. So from the introduction, we go to the send-off, what I think many would agree was the saddest moment in a show that had a guy riding a tank into an arena to fight a Viking while playing an electric guitar. But it wasn't only the Doctor who was saying goodbye here, it was also Russell T Davies as the showrunner. His run on Doctor Who was incredible, and Tennant delivers a soul-crushing performance with the now famous "I don't want to go." I legit cried when I watched this for the first time, and I still get the feels just thinking about it. But the amazing and heartbreaking send-off aside, I loved the storyline with the Master and the Time Lords returning. The whole episode is just beautifully written and acted, and one of my all-time favorites. That's gonna do it for this list. What is your favorite Christmas special? There are 5 more that I didn't mention. Voyage of the Damned, A Christmas Carol, The Snowman, The Runaway Bride, and The Doctor, the Widow, and The Wardrobe. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, it really helps out a lot, and if you're finding Binge Watchers for the first time, welcome! I'd like to invite you to join the Binge Watchers community, where we're talking about TV every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday with reviews, news, opinions, all kinds of great stuff, all for you fellow Binge Watchers and TV lovers. So you can go ahead and click on that big subscribe button to join in on the fun, or you can check out any of the other videos on the channel. If you want to talk about anything else, you can check out my personal channel. But in any case, keep binging, and I will see you next time.